Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me live for Cricket for Australians, Thursday Night Live on a Monday. Thank you all for your understanding. It's been a week, let's just say, and I definitely wasn't feeling up to going live last week, but I'm here now. It's going to be nice and quick tonight. If you're wanting to see the new blanks that are coming very, very soon for Cricket Infusible Ink here in Australia, then you're in the right place. If you're new to my channel, type new in the comments because I want to get to meet you as well. If you don't know who I am, my name is Paul, Scissors Paper Paul on Instagram, Facebook and on YouTube. And I'm here to share my cricket knowledge and expertise with you so that you can make beautiful things. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you do. And that way you won't miss out on any of my content each and every week. Oh, I'm so excited for this project tonight. But we'll get started by seeing who's here. And then we're going to have a look at the blanks and we'll go from there. Deirdre's here, puppy, panda, he's on the mend. He's getting a little bit cocky now. He gets the stitches out on Thursday, starting to put a bit of weight on his leg. And so he's running around a lot more. So we bought this little portable puppy pen that we kind of stick him in when we can, but he's also worked out he can tip it over and climb out. But anyway, but he's on the mend. Thank you. Hey Brenton, how are you? You're excited. Hey girlfriend, Karen's in the house. Awesome. Jodie's here as well. Brilliant. Sue's here. Kay's here. Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, and Judy's here from Harvey Bay. Hey Judy, good to see you. And Yvonne's in the house as well. So let's jump over to the overhead and I'll move my keyboard out of the way. And very, very excited for this. Brand new. Cricket have sent these to me. They are coming to Harvey Norman very, very soon. I will let you know on my Facebook channel when they're released. And that way you can obviously go out and get them, and I'll update the description with links and so forth. But there are 3 new blanks coming specifically for Infusible Ink, and we're going to open them up together. So first and foremost, we've got the beverage bag, or I would call it a wine bag. And it's my easy press beeping in the background, and doing the right thing and going to try and craft a bit more in metric. This is 14.5 centimeters by 33 centimeters. And we'll have a look at that. And they do have lots of little sticky things to hold them together. So there it is there. Super cute, same sort of colours as the bags, as the tote bags and things like that. So it's like a really pale cream colour, but really, really cute. I think soon we'll be gifting mugs with coasters, and maybe you could put the wine in the mug, for those early morning Zoom calls when it's coffee. So that's really cute. There's also these really cute cosmetic bags. There's 2 in a pack. One is 24.5 centimeters by 19 centimeters. The other one is 23 centimeters by 15.5 centimeters. So let's have a look at those as well. I think these would be cute. So yeah, coaster, mug, pillow, makeup bag. Oh, there's 3 in here. So there's actually 2 of the smaller size. I thought there was 3. 2 of the smaller size and 1 of the larger size. And of course, you can zip in there. And super cute for cosmetics. Would have been great for Mother's Day, so you can start planning for Mother's Day next year. And the granddaddy of them all, which we're going to work on tonight, so you'll see one out of the packaging, are the pillow shams. That has a zip down the side, or on the top or the bottom, depending on how you want to craft it. And it is 45.5 centimeters by 45.5 centimeters, or 18 inches by 18 inches. I think that's a really good size too, because the European pillows are around 50 by 50 centimeters. And I always like to put a bigger pillow into my pillow cases, so it just gets that bit more fuller kind of effect. So hopefully you're excited about those. Janine's asking where I got them from. Cricket very kindly sent them to me so I could show you guys tonight. They are coming to Harvey Norman any day now, and I'll let you know on my Facebook page and in Cricket for Australians as well, as soon as I know that they are there. All right, so we're going to do a quick project. I've done all my cutting tonight because I didn't want to sort of bore you to tears with all of that. But I really just wanted to, do first project together. I haven't used these blanks before. This is the first time that I'm using it. So I've done most of the cutting and drawing as well because I've used markers also. And I just wanted to give you really just a couple of little tips along the way as well. So we'll just go straight to the overhead. Of course, you're going to need a mat. Now, this nice, not so clean one. You will need a mat. I wanted to leave this out because I just wanted to remind you that when you are putting down when you're using infusible ink, and I'm just going to use a little scrap piece here. So a couple of things. One, always do a test cut. And I'll show you exactly how I do it on my machine because every machine's a little bit different. So up on the screen, you can see what I do is I open clamp B and then I just poke my weeding tool just under a little smidge and then I close clamp B and it just raises it up for me a little bit and that way it doesn't cut through to the back. Now, if it does cut through to the back, it's not the worst thing in the world, but if you're ever going to do any test cutting, this is the material that you want to test cut and keep all your scraps because you can use these to do those little test cuts and I've got a whole stack of them as well. But when you put it on the mat, when you're using this, you don't want to handle it a lot. The heat from your hand, your sweat, your oils, that will take off some of the ink that's on the transfer sheet. And if you get on your fingers, you might transfer it onto your blank. But also, obviously, then when you apply it, then you'll have these little fingerprints and gaps. And trust me, I know because I have them. So what I do is I'll put my infusible ink down and I use my Cricut brayer and I use that to really stick it down firmly onto the mat. So that's why I wanted to leave those out to remind me to tell you that. Also, you get butcher paper in with your pack. Tonight I'm using black and I'm using blue, and you can see this is actually the black. Can you see the color? Well, you can see it very clearly. This is what it looks like when it comes out. Don't panic, there's nothing wrong with it. When the heat's applied and the magic happens, it will change color to black. Store it in a cool, dry place. I have left my design out tonight. I've got 2 reasonably warm lights in front of me. Hopefully it hasn't inhibited my design, but always keep it in the dark and keep it in the cool as well. Also, I've used my markers tonight. I thought I had I wanted red, but anyway, I've got fuchsia instead. The one thing with your markers, if you go to use them, and I always do a little, just test it first on my hand or something. Don't test on your fingers because again, when you handle anything else, you'll transfer it. If you think that they are dry, just give them a whack on the palm of your hand. You can see that. Just whack like that, and I'll store them up the right with the caps down, and you'll be surprised. They may just come back to life for you. I thought I had pens that had dried out and I couldn't use them, and then someone told me that trick. Thank you, Anne-Marie, and hey presto, it worked absolutely beautifully. So I'll move my scraps over there. So you get heaps of butcher paper. I mean, I have so much butcher paper. You won't need to go to the shops and buy butcher paper. It's all supplied for you. We don't need a mat. You'll also need just a plain piece of white cardstock. That's going to go inside our cover. In fact, I'll do that now. And that is going to protect the other side of the pillow sham because we're actually going to apply a design to both sides tonight. And we don't want the ink going all the way through and onto the other side. All right, so weeding. Well, firstly, we're going to show you the design. Janine's asking a really good question. Do you cut right side up or down and mirror? So you have the transfer sheet facing up. Okay, the other side is you'll definitely know you've got it the right way around. But yeah, so coloured side up and mirror your design because then, of course, it'll be flipped over and applied to your blank that way. But I just want to show you quickly how I did the design. And then I'm going to show you it all cut out and drawn, and we can do the application. So let me just get to the right screen. Okay, so here is my design. Now, if you didn't know already, I've had a very emotional week, and this design is actually for Mother's Day. My mum a few weeks ago lost her dog Paris, and I thought, well, this would be a perfect project. She loves blue. She's got a lot of blue things in her house. So I'm going to put Paris with the Eiffel Tower on the front, and then we're going to put this really nice life is a journey and love is what makes that journey worthwhile on the other side as well. I was going to put them both on the same side, and I thought, no, let's change it up a little and do one on each side. So let me move this design over here out of the way. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it really, really quickly. First thing I did was add some text. Paris. Easy. And then I changed the font. It is a Cricut font and it's called Wednesday Stencil, I think. Wednesday Stencil, here it is. So there we go, there's our word Paris. Obviously we can change the color to blue so we can visualize what it's going to look like. Then I welded it, so down the bottom right, I'm going to click weld, and that just makes it one image. Now the reason I want to do that is because I'm now going to select the image again and go back down to the top bottom right and click contour, because we don't want the A. So I'm going to click on the A to get rid of it, all the bits. I don't want those pieces, and then when I get out of here, boom, A is gone, because I wanted to use the Eiffel Tower. So I was trying to be a little bit clever here. Hopefully I can spell Eiffel Tower. And the image that I used was... What was the image that I used? Did I go past it? I will get to your questions. Oh, this one here, right at the top. Okay, so we'll insert that. We go over here and we can just resize it to what we think looks good. Happy with that. This is has a back layer as well. We can see in the light gray. So I'm just going to go to my layers panel again on the right hand side up the top, and I'm just going to hit the little eyeball, and then that just makes that layer go away. You could also select it and just delete it, but I'll just hide it for now. That's all I need to do. The other thing that I did do with this image is, because it is quite detailed, I've used this before out of vinyl, and I thought with the infusible ink it could just be really a lot of work just to do all the weeding. So I, again, select the image, down to the bottom right, click contour, and what I did is all these little bits that I just thought would be really fiddly to weed out, I just got rid of them. So there's tiny little bits here, a couple of bits here, whatever you want to do works for you. Let's do these ones so you can see. Oops. What it's going to look like. And then when I was happy with it, boom, it's ready to go. So I can select those and I can click attach, and that's just going to hold them together. Oh, I don't want to attach, sorry. I'll group them. Because I just want to keep them in proportion and just keep them together. So now I can potentially, resize these, do whatever I want, and everything's going to stay all super, super nice. And then the next thing I did was I went to get some other images and I typed in sympathy, I think, and then I went to operation type, where you can choose cut only or draw only or print then cut, and I chose draw because I want to find this drawn sentiment. Obviously it wasn't sympathy. Let's try love. Oh, if we can spell love. And excuse me, and here it is here. Life is a journey. And you can see that it's got this really cute change of font. So it's got love in like a scripty font as well as worthwhile. So because this is from, to celebrate my mum's dog, I thought, again, I'd go down to the bottom right, click contour, and now I'm just going to get rid of the love. So that's disappeared from the sentiment. I'm going to go back into images, and I think I searched puppy love. What did I do? Love puppy. Oh, can't spell, that's why. Puppy love. And I found the word love in a nice scripty font, but here it is, the O is a little paw, and I thought that was really cute. So I inserted that, moved it around here and just resized it. And then I can click that one as well, and now I can attach those. So then it was going to write together, and then effectively, if we go to our overhead camera, this is what it did. Obviously I've mirrored this as well, so this is back to front, but you can see here I've got the little love that's in fuchsia, and the rest is just in black pen. So hopefully that all made sense. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll go back to the double camera, and I'll move this out of the way. I'll just check some of your comments. Janine saying, oh wow, that's a great idea. I was trying to weed a panther for the soccer club and had all these tiny bits. and really didn't matter if they were there or not. Exactly, contour, oh, it's just so fun. I do forget about it all the time, but when I do remember, it's it's fantastic. Thanks, girlfriend, saying that I'm too clever. Well, now you guys can be too clever as well. So I've cut my design, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to weed the rest of it. So again, trying not to manhandle the actual transfer sheet. And what you do is you don't use your transfer tool. You just grab a corner. It's like paper, and you just sort of rip it off. So I'll just finish weeding this. And what was also great, because we're going to do this application all in one go, and what that's called is slice and set. You can see my Eiffel Tower I've already stuck onto this sheet, and you've seen me do that in other videos as well with slice and set. And what was great was, because the Eiffel Tower had all of those little bits, I literally picked up the top of it and peeled it. Just peeled it right off, and all the negative parts stay behind. So that was good. Alright, so I'm almost done here, a couple more bits. And we'll do our applications. Have you tried Infusible ink? What have you made with Infusible ink? Get that one out of the way, we don't even need that anymore. But here I've got my design, and again I've just stuck my Eiffel Tower onto this design, because ultimately this is what's going to go on our pillow. So I'm just going to center that up just to make sure. Yep, and I've got it right. And the next thing that I want to do is jump over into the interweb and go to the handy dandy heat guide. So cricut.com/heat guide, I think will get you there. I just type heat guide and it always just pops up for me. I'm going to choose the EasyPress 2 because that's what I'm using tonight. My transfer material is Infusible ink pens and also transfer sheets. Now the settings are the same, so it doesn't really matter which one I'm going to choose. And I'm putting on a pillow cover, which is really cool. On the EasyPress mat, click apply, and this gives me all of the instructions. So 385 degrees Fahrenheit, again, yay me, doing it in metric, and 60 seconds light pressure. With Infusible ink, the main thing is you just want to make sure there's full contact between your design and the blank that you're applying it to. It gives me the sandwich, so it knows that on the very bottom I've got my EasyPress mat. Inside my pillow I put the cardstock, you saw me do that, the white cardstock, or you can use 4 layers of butcher paper as well. Obviously the pillow cover, our design face down, butcher paper on top of that to protect the EasyPress element. I often actually forget to do that. And of course the EasyPress 2. So it tells us to preheat for 2 seconds, tells us everything else to do, and to basically, go for it. So what we will do is we will go for it. Now you could put the EasyPress mat inside here as well. I haven't today because I'm using my big one and it's not going to fit. I could put a smaller one, but I'm not going to bother with that today. But what I am going to do, and I don't know where my little holdy thing is, this is a lint roller. The one thing when you're applying Infusible ink, you really want to make sure that it's onto a really clean surface. There's no lint, there's no hairs, no fluff, nothing that's going to inhibit the transfer of the ink down into your blank, because, and I've done this before, even a hair, if you've got a cat hair there, that will block the ink being able to get right down into the blank. So you will actually see that. So I can't stress that enough. Again, I often do forget, but do as I say, not as I do. All right, so let's preheat for 2 seconds. 1000 to 1000. Oh, yeah. And then we'll put our design down around to the middle. All right. Put some heat transfer, some heat resistant tape as well. So I'm going to stick it down, make sure it's not going anywhere. Making sure that the cardstock is definitely underneath. Right. Right, can't have too much tape sometimes, just to hold things in place. All right, so I'm happy with that. All right, making sure yep, that's good. All right, now butcher paper. I honestly always forget this step. We'll pop a piece of butcher paper over the top. Okay, and we are good to go. So lifting up my easy press, popping it down, pressing the Cricut C and light pressure. So again, just making sure that there is constant contact between the design and the blank. Hopefully I've hit it. I'm using my 10 by 12 easy press tonight. You definitely don't want to move your easy press. If you do move it, you may get ghosting. Kylie's saying, Infusible ink is amazing, so easy to weed and apply. Can't wait to make some pillows. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with as well. I think you're so creative. It's just amazing. So we'll do this and then we'll flip it over and we will do the other side with the other sentiment. Do give some thought to where you have your zip. I like my zips typically around the bottom. So this one I've opened up to the sort of top right. And so when it zips down, it'll be on the bottom right. And then I'm just going to lift it straight up. All right, and back into its cradle. Take off our butcher paper, which we can reuse that. And then we can do the reveal. There it is. Look at that. Beautiful in black, lovely in blue. I did originally design this in navy, thinking I had navy, and then I realized that I didn't. So I wanted to make it not too big as well, because when the pillow insert goes in, you get that curvature, and I didn't want to lose that design. So this will really come forward and really pop now. So that's the first part. Tara, yes, so that's what I've done. It's called Slice and Set. So what you would do, and I've got other videos which I'll link above as well. Let's say, for example, you want to do the inside of these letters in a different color. You would cut that out of the other color, and then you would weed it off. And then you would actually, again, what it's called, Slice and Set. You would, put this around the right way, you would just pop that puzzle piece together on the other main transfer sheet so that you can do this and just transfer it all in one go. You don't really want to be layering up infusible ink on infusible ink, because the heat may impact the design if you keep reheating it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some butcher paper underneath here, and I'm going to flip my design over. Again, making sure making sure I got it the right way. Yep, I do. All right. And then we're going to do the other design now. So we're just going to preheat for 2 seconds. Grab my very manual lint roller as well and just make sure there's nothing on there. Particularly, it's not so bad when they're coming straight out of the packaging, but you can imagine if you had them in your drawer, sort of lying around, it's quite every chance that you could, get something, pet hair, your own hair, that sort of stuff. So we've done that. Now we're going to take our sentiment, okay, and again, face down. So I'm just sort of eyeballing this where I think it's in the middle. I also centered the design on my laser copy paper. This is just plain laser copy paper. You can put some heat tape as well. The one thing when you're transferring on the markers or pens, you don't, and this is on a coaster or anything, don't get the heat transfer tape over the pen, because I find that often that can inhibit the transfer. Doesn't matter with transfer sheets, just seems to happen with pens and markers. So look out for that on your coasters if you're doing coasters and things like that as well. So another piece of butcher paper over the top, and then off we go again to our next transfer. So light pressure as well. Kylie's saying it looks great, so he's liking it as well. Thank you. I think Mum's going to love it. And if you don't know already, and sorry, I'm going to get emotional now, but we lost a family member last week, and that's why I couldn't go live. And so I'm comforted by the fact that I'm going to Brisbane for the funeral this week, and I'll be with my mum on Mother's Day. So I'll be able to give her this myself and take my baby niece's birth announcement up as well. So that's really cool. It'll be good to see them. So I won't be live this Sunday, but I'll be back next week. So just making sure, nice firm pressure. 10 seconds to go. This Thursday, Natalie from Crickets for Australians will be live in the Facebook group. And she's going to be doing something Mother's Day, but she's not quite sure what yet. So just lifting that up. Okay. So definitely can't reuse that because you can see that would actually transfer onto another project. And then we will do the reveal. Boom! I love it. It looks so good. What do you think? It's beautiful. I think that's so sweet. So yeah, so I'll be able to take this up and give it to Mum, which will be awesome. So yeah, this Thursday, Natalie will be live. It'll be 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time in Cricket for Australians Facebook group, something Mother's Day, and then I'll be back next Thursday. Chris, yes, Mum will absolutely love it. Thank you for the well wishes. You guys are amazing, and I really appreciate all the support and all the love. You know, you guys, yeah, I mean, I can't say enough. And I have to say, I'm going to do a little shout out here as well. So Chris and Linda made me this beautiful card, this little thank you card. It's so beautiful and detailed. I shared it on my Facebook page, but check this out. I mean, hello. Ta-da! And look, warning, plays with scissors, paper, Paul. And there I am doing my lives like I am tonight. Wearing a tie, so a little bit formal. It actually matches one of the, if I get out of the way, matches one of the things that I've got on the wall there as well. So just so beautiful. So I really appreciate that. Couldn't have come at a better time. All right, so let me just check and make sure I've got all the questions. Suzette saying, can you overlap pens drawing with infusible sheets? Yes, so you can colour on the infusible sheets. I have done it. It's not the easiest thing to do because one, you can't be resting your hand on there while you're trying to colour in because that will, again, the heat will impact the transfer sheet. So you kind of get a little bit clever and a bit creative. I think, let's see, you know I love my coasters. Yes, so this is one of the coasters with the beautiful black and white botanicals, and this is the one where I coloured in some of the flowers on one of them. So you absolutely can do that. If you are colouring in a design that Cricket has drawn, so if you get Cricket to draw it in maybe black or whatever for the outline, and then the kids are colouring it in, make sure that your design's nice and dry so that when they are colouring with the colours, you're not sort of getting all that mucky, colour, mixing in with the blacks. Excellent. So Karen's asking, can you use any other materials? So high polyester count for infusible ink. It's sublimation, effectively. So it's like the at-home sublimation without having to get printers and lots of fancy inks and so forth. But polyester, that's what it's all about. Or with the coasters, they have a very special coating. They are ceramic, but it's not the fact that they're ceramic that makes them take the ink. It's the special coating that they have on them. So don't go out and run out like a lot of people do and buy lots of different shaped ceramic coasters because they won't work. So you can check your sublimation places as well. Thanks Brenton for the feedback. Panda's doing well, thank you Sharon. I was just saying he's on the mend, stitches out this weekend, so it's like 2 weeks in and he's getting very cocky, so he's running around and trying to do things that he really shouldn't be doing. We bought a little portable puppy pen to stick him in, but he's worked out now if he kind of goes up on his legs, he can push that over, which is obviously not good for his hind leg. So we're kind of trying to keep him in there when we're around, and then the rest of the time just sort of shut him in a smaller room, so he's not sort of running around. But he's putting weight on it, so he's definitely feeling better. Awesome. So yeah, so he wants to give it a go. Again, make sure you're following me on Instagram and Facebook as well. I will share on the page as soon as those links were available. I really hoped that they would be in store before I did this live. But you know, it's like at the moment, everything's a little bit delayed. They're definitely in Australia. So they're, I believe, literally making their ways to the stores as we speak. And Cricket were very happy for me to go ahead and share this with you. So just to recap, they've got the pillow shams, beautiful. They have the cosmetic bags. You get 3, 2 small and 1 large in a pack, and you get the wine bags. They have the beverage bags, whatever they call them. I don't know how much they're going to cost. I don't know what the retail value is. So yeah, I don't know that. But thank you once again for joining me. Mwah. Again, I won't be live this Sunday at 11 a.m, but I'll be back next week, and can't wait to see you all then. Have a great night. See you everyone. Have a crafty week. All right. Bye.